Nature Boy Ric Flair, the 4 times former champion of the world, as sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. It'll be Ric Flair and Lex Luger, the current U.S. champion, taking on Shane Douglas and Ron Simmons. And there is the total package, the man that will try to end the career, the illustrious career of Dusty Rhodes on Thanksgiving. And Ron Simmons and Shane Douglas have never, and I repeat, have never been in a tag team match of this magnitude when you consider it's right here on the Wrestling Network and against 2 of the infamous 4 Horsemen. Ric Flair starting out with Ron Simmons. Flair reverses it, and what a judo chop to the chest. But Simmons retaliates, high elevation. Ron Simmons press slamming Ric Flair. Simmons showing his extraordinary strength. Simmons with that clothesline off the second row. Flair's in trouble. We may have a pin, and Luger came in at the last instance.
Jim, you can't get any closer than that. If Ric Flair hadn't had the total package in the corner there to come out and help him, I hate to think what would have happened.
Shane Douglas tagged in, and Ric Flair with a quick initiation to this young man from Pittsburgh. Douglas fighting the legendary Ric Flair. Right hands back into the corner goes Flair. High elevation. Flair up in the lights one more time. Drop kick.
You know, Jim, you talk a lot about Starrcade, of course, on Thanksgiving night, but I'd like to make a point with you, my partner. The night before Starrcade in the Nassau Coliseum in New York, it's Flair and Luger. They got to take on a formidable tag team in the Road Warriors.
They certainly will, and Ric Flair, who will have his hands full on Starrcade with Ron Garvin inside a steel cage. But they best not be thinking about Starrcade and Ronnie Garvin or the Nassau Coliseum the night before in the Road Warriors, because young Shane Douglas and Ron Simmons are here, and they mean business. And they're not intimidated by reputation.
A lot of times when you look ahead, Jim, to other matches, big matches, you think about other matches and people come in and beat you. And Shane Douglas and Ron Simmons are really handing it out. Except here comes the...
It shows you how quick the tables can turn, especially when you've got a tactician like Ric Flair in the ring. He set the situation up. They delivered a crushing blow to Douglas, and then he got Lex Luger in there. Luger with the elbow.
Luger is an awesome specimen. He is an awesome specimen. A man.
I know the athletes are excited about Starrcade. They're excited about coming to New York City. And we welcome the fans watching us here on WPIX and along our Wrestling Network from coast to coast. Great action coming to Los Angeles. And Flair is hammering Shane Douglas with those open hand chops that just echo in this pavilion. Nature Boy Ric Flair dropping the knee on the head of Shane Douglas, and we'll be back with more of this UWF main event on the Wrestling Network after this.
Sega challenges you with the ultimate video game, the Sega Master System, with twice as much memory as any other video game. Advanced video technology like scrolling backgrounds, graphics in 64 colors, digital sounds, and light phasers. And you can add to the excitement with sports pads, control sticks, and the first video games ever in 3D.
Sega's the one.
The Sega Master System. The challenge will always be there.
Oh, hostess, what a sweet sensation. It's a fruity fruit pie that I'm dreaming of.
Berry.
This is hostess.
Cherry.
I'm in love. Oh, hostess, what a sweet sensation.
Chocolate lovers, watch out.
Hostess Choco gives you sweet sensation. Moist chocolatey cake with chocolatey filling. Chocolatey icing so smooth. Oh, Choco gives you sweet sensation.
Stereo television. Once you hear how great it sounds on a Zenith, you'll think we invented it. We did. Zenith. Quality. If you're looking for racy lines, precise cornering, and a great stereo, Zenith's trim 27-inch designer TVs will put you in the driver's seat. Zenith. Quality.
We're back with instant
instant replay, the new instant game from New York's lottery. Players have been training and winning all summer with instant cash, and now they're in top shape.
I'm gonna cash in on the spot.
I got the fastest fist in New York.
I'm gonna tear that ticket apart.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
You know the rules. No stubs, no drawings, just millions of dollars in instant cash. Now come on, Stratton!
And the winner is... Wait, I'm a winner too!
Instant replay. The winning continues.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Lex Luger working over Shane Douglas here. And this is quite a battle, and I think it may be more than Ric Flair and Lex Luger anticipated when they first signed this match, because Shane Douglas and Ron Simmons, and especially Simmons, have looked extremely good.
War Games return November 25th in the Nassau Coliseum. Over 35 of wrestling's greatest names colliding in a cavalcade of combat, featuring a 10-man tag match. It's Dusty Rhodes, Ronnie Garvin, the Rock and Roll Express, and Barry Windham versus the Army of Tully Blanchard, Arn Anderson, the Midnight Express, and Big Bubba Rogers. Also, the Road Warriors pit their strength against Nature Boy Ric Flair and Lex Luger, plus Nikita Koloff, Eddie Gilbert, the Lightning Express, Chief Herders, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and much more at War Games 4, November 25th, 8 p.m. at the Nassau Coliseum in New York. Tickets go on sale now at all Ticketmaster locations at the Nassau Coliseum box office.
Ric Flair taking over now on Shane Douglas, but Douglas retaliates with a sleeper hold.
Sleeper, that's right, Jim.
He's got the sleeper on Flair, and Flair cannot make the tag. But the four-time champion, Flair, came right out of it. Boy, he is a phenomenal competitor. And he will be going against Ronnie Garvin, steel on steel. Inside cradle. Can Douglas hold him? No, he can't.
Of course, that's a rematch, that steel cage match at Starrcade with Ronnie Garvin and Flair. No disqualification. There's going to be a winner.
Lex Luger back in there, hammering away at young Shane Douglas. And Douglas with the same aspirations that a few years back a young Dusty Rhodes had. And Dusty lived the American dream. And he is a legend. And Mr. Luger, to be a legend, you must beat one. And you will have that opportunity on Thanksgiving in Chicago, Illinois. Boy, Simmons looked phenomenal in the early part of this match. He came within a hair of pinning Ric Flair, but since that time, Flair and Luger have separated Mr. Douglas from the pack and they have not let him make any tag or any movement hardly to his corner.
You cannot stay in the ring this long. Shane Douglas got to get out there. Listen to those chops.
Man, those chops. Simmons would like to get a piece of this action. 275-pound former nose tackle. He is not intimidated, but as far as that's concerned, neither is Shane Douglas. But there's just not a lot Douglas can do about it. He's in there with a master, but Flair made a tactical error right there. But Flair right back to the attack. That's the mark of a great champion. Douglas blocking the suplex. Snap suplex. Ric Flair snap suplex by Shane Douglas. And this crowd coming to life here. Flair makes a tag. Flair has tagged Lex Luger. Douglas, great drop kick. Another drop kick.
It amazes me how the stamina that Shane Douglas exhibits.
But that will take any stamina left in you out. That was a tremendous power slam. And now the human torture rack. And Luger's got him up. That's where he wants Dusty Rhodes on Thanksgiving. Can he do it? They've done it this time. Luger and Flair are victorious.
Promotional consideration paid for by the fall.